Recently, as we have been sheltering in place, many are dealing with an acute loneliness. Our single brothers and sisters are isolated in ways that they have not experienced before. But others, though isolated from the world at large, are getting more time with their family than ever before. And while that can be great, well, it can also be, let's say, challenging.
All of us have our idiosyncrasies, though mine are, of course, a little more reasonable than others. And typically, those don't cause real problems. We might have thought that was because we were such a grace-filled home.
But it also might have been in part because, well, we had breaks from each other. Well, not anymore.
Brent's working from home. That means I get to see him more often. It also means he's just down the hall if I have something I'd like to share with him at any time, all day long.
All day long.
Each of us is used to having a quiet place to get work done, and now we hear each other on the phone all day long.
I enjoy having the pantry close by where I can get snacks.
All day long.
And apparently I'm told I leave traces that I've been there, from the trail of crumbs to the dirty dishes.
And I'm used to sending Janet emails and asking her to proof documents for me. Now, since she's just in the next room, I can just yell out, "Hey, Janet, can you handle this?" She's available whenever I want.
All day long. And we're having dinner together.
Every night.
And that means that I'm back to cooking every night. Before quarantine, I missed the days of having my family home. Karis lives outside the home at Faith West, and while Josh lives in the basement, he was typically out a minimum of 4 nights a week before all of this. But not now. We've enjoyed more time playing games, and it's fun to stop working at noon and all have lunch together in the kitchen. Because we're all home together every night.
Every night.
Every night. And since we're all in the home, we run out of things to talk about. It just seems kind of pointless to ask, how was your day, when we saw each other all day?
There's no real reason to go out of the house.
At all.
So, we're together every night. Are you beginning to see the challenge? Can you relate in any way? So, what is needed during this time as we are imprisoned together? Well, I meant to say privileged to be together. We need a big dose of grace in the lockdown.
Quarantine's removed some of those natural social distancing that we did from our own family members. And now we're in lockdown with those family members. What comes to the surface isn't always pretty.
You know, I really thought I was more patient than I am.
I didn't realize I was that selfish.
And I still don't think I'm as messy as they say I am.
Yes, you are.
Well, if you're anything like the Aucoin family, you're also having opportunities to see, that we all need a Savior every day. God is making me aware in a new way of my inability to love as I ought. So I have to run to the one who loved me even in my sinful quirkiness when I'm confined to a bunch of folks, well, let's say that have unique attributes.
That reminds me of something Paul Tripp has said. Each person with all their strengths, weaknesses, and weirdness is a unique creature of God. Lashing out and becoming sinfully angry with another is lashing out at a beautiful creation of God.
So as we shelter in place, let's try to get from where we're just surviving one another to where we're thriving in our relationships. We can learn to truly put one another above ourselves, but that's only as we rely on the help of our Savior who loved us when we were one of a kind.
And let's be thankful to God that He made, only one of each of them.
Wait now.
Well, I have a theological point here, guys.
You always do.
Isn't he cute when he has
Yes,
one?
I do. So, God did not want little images of Brent, Janet, and Josh, and Karis running around. What He wanted was little images of Christ running around. Check out Romans 8, 28 and 29 in your extra time around the house. And this is what God is creating through all of this. Let's not waste this opportunity to see our own hearts a bit more clearly and humbly ask our Savior to make it more like His. Then we can move from just surviving to thriving during this unique season. And I hope to see you face to face and hope to see your face look a little bit more like Christ when we meet again. This past month,
Restart.
this last month, as we have been sheltering in place, I cannot say this, this last month, I get the TH
Just laugh.
This last month.
Give me a different word.
Why don't you say recently as we've sheltered in place?
Recently, as we've sheltered in place.
I
Recently.
think that's better. Recently.